Welcome back to Starseed Rising 333. I'm glad you've tuned back into this channel, and if it's your first time, welcome. This is going to be a general collective reading for Friday the 11th of April 2025. Whatever messages that come out, please take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you do enjoy this reading, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe or share, or just leave a comment. I hope you've enjoyed your week so far and looking forward to the weekend. And I hope you're enjoying your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. All right. Now, before I just go through the downloads which I received, I just want to again use this deck. It's called Raise Your Vibration, and it's by Carl Gray, just to keep the frequency and vibration around this reading up. Okay. So let's see what positive vibe our spiritual team would like us to remember today. Okay, they want me to select this card. It says, facing my shadow removes darkness from the world. Facing my shadow removes darkness from the world. All right. Now, if you've never heard of this word shadow, okay, or shadow work, basically shadow work just helps us to do some form of self-reflection or introspection, um, to go within. All right, it's sort of like a bit like what they call in spiritual terms the dark night of the soul. Okay, where you do some form of introspection. All right, to reflect on you, you know, your life, what you need to change. Maybe if you were in a relationship, okay, and that has ended, is to sort of like self and analyze to see about what went wrong, what you could have done better. You also need to look at the other person, their actions, and so forth. So it's very important. And by also doing shadow work as well, you're going to learn more about yourself, about your, you know, about your personality, your um about who you really are, and see if there's any changes that needs to be done so you can become a better version of yourself. All right. um Let me just use the, I'm just going to use the booklet, all right, to see what else, what other message, all right, that our spiritual team would like us to know regarding this message. All right, so please bear with me. 1, 2, 2. So let's see. Okay, it says here, everyone has a shadow. It's the part of our psyche that our ego has disassociated from, the parts of our life experience that we have pushed deep down inside. The shadow doesn't just equate to negative experiences or trauma, though it also contains the gifts and loving parts of our being that we felt we had to hide in order to survive the human realm. When you receive this card, deep in your heart, you are asking the universe to support you in living an aligned life that is filled with purpose. You know that by being on this planet, you can make a difference and ultimately bring great light to darkness. In order to be the brilliant shining light you are, it's time to face the parts of your life, your story, and your gifts that have been hidden in the shadows. Don't be afraid. No longer are you here to hide your talents. No longer are you here to make yourself small to fit in with others. No longer are you here to carry pain in your heart. By bringing your shadow into the light, you can remove darkness from the world. Oh, this is such a beautiful message. All right. Basically, is to just, and also shadow work is very good in discovering who you are or who you are meant to be. All right, because we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. Okay, we all had past lives, and then we're incarnated into this world. Okay, so we are here on a mission. All of us are here on a mission. All right. Um, and you don't. It doesn't necessarily have to be spiritual gifts. Okay, it could also be like whatever it is that you enjoy, you are good at. All right. And the vibe of the day says, "I am willing to face my own fear." Okay, I am willing to face my own fear, because for us to step into our life purpose, to step into our power, we need to face our fears, all right, to overcome whatever it is that's blocking us, because that itself can be a blockage, all right, to for in order for us to grow, evolve, okay, into who we are meant to be, okay, on this planet Earth. All right, so it's a very beautiful vibe. All right. Okay, so what I want to do is just quickly, I'm going to try for me not to be too long on this. All right, so just go through the downloads I received um for the past 2 days. All right, so um let's see. Okay, so some of the things or downloads, all right, that was channeled to me, some things I observed. All right, so the first one is that, okay, so first of all, I believe that something is going to be made public. All right, I don't know what that is, but there could be some news that's coming through, that might be on, I don't know, maybe on a TV channel or so forth, or radio station. All right, you might be coming across these numbers: 75 to 13 1 9 4 22 23 29 37, multiples of 8, multiples of 7, or multiples of 5. All right. Um, if you don't know what they mean, what I'll do, I'll put the names of some books that you can use, okay, to help you to understand these sequence of numbers, all right, or signs or synchronicities, all right. Also, someone could be, or you might be dealing with someone who's the Chinese sign of the snake, dragon, pink, or monkey. Okay, someone could also be experiencing uh experience some kind of loss due to something that they were tempted to do. Or it could be a loss of money, a home, a job, or all three. Or also they could be sick. All right. There could be people or individuals around you you associate with. They could be wearing a mask, or basically, they could be a false person, someone who is two-faced. There could be a couple that might be going through a divorce. It could be you, I don't know, but this is what's been channeled to me. Also, there's something about body and soul, and it could be something relating to the story of Joseph. So I don't know if you've heard of Joseph. I think I did the last reading. Okay, I did go into details about that. But in this just go briefly. Okay, Joseph was actually sold, okay, by his brothers, because they were jealous of him because he had spiritual gifts. He had the gift to interpret dreams. All right. And he was sold, okay, by uh some merchant or something like that. But then later on, because of his gift, he became um, governor of Egypt. All right. So there could be some things going on there regarding this. Also, I was guided for me to mention that if you are being spiritually attacked or you need some form of spiritual protection, besides, if you are somebody who prays, please read Psalms 15, 1 to 1, also 20. All right. Also Psalm 23. These are good Psalms that you can read for protection. And what I'll do, I'll put the name of a book which I'd like to recommend. It's called Powers of Psalms. The Psalms was written by most of the verse was written by King David. All right. And he was a very victorious king, and he was the father of King Solomon. All right, who was a very wise king, and he was also a judge as well. All right. So also for some of you who work with the Orishas, the goddess Oya, all right, came through. Also, so you can work with her energy. Um, Also, I saw an anchor in a window, all right, of a house with a rope. So someone could be very tied down. It could be to do with a decision, all right, they made in the past. It could be a group of individuals, all right. Someone might be doing root work. So roots work, okay, is something to attack your mainly your stability, okay, your security or stability. So you could pray against this as well as do some form of root chakra meditation, because the root chakra is all to do with your stability and security, to do with your comfort zone, your finances. So so you could maybe listen to guided or music meditations. Someone could be trying to swap destiny, akashic records, and so on. But at the end of the day, um, that's not possible. All right, and I think people should watch this movie Diary with Destiny, because at the end of the day, even this man, in this character in the film, when he tried to swap destinies, to go back in time to swap destinies with Hitler, that wasn't possible. Okay, because we're all unique. We all have us our own unique journey to go on. All right, and we have to face our own individual challenges. So that's not possible. And I have done videos on this, so please check it out on my channel. The crystals that our spiritual team would like us to work with is fluoride, Herkimer diamond, watermelon, tourmaline, topaz, red jasper, pietisite, carnelian, turquoise, amber, clear crystal, or clear quartz, or sodalite. Some crystals, okay, you can easily find in your local spiritual shop. Some of them that you might have to get online, all right, because I think they just tend to have like the most popular ones, all right, like carnelian, citrine, turquoise, sodalite, those ones, all right. um Now, there's also something this song keeps coming to my mind all the time. It was a song that was written by Queen. It was called um, No One Wants to Live Forever, something like that. But again, it's also to do um, with people who are projecting their insecurities onto those who have chosen to go on this spiritual or religious path, who want to make a change in their life for the better. All right. And this is something that you should live your life, but it should be done in balance and in love. So everything you do should be in love. All right. And not all about like we shouldn't be dictated about what we should do, as long as it's not something that's detrimental to you or others. All right, so everything has to be done in love. Okay, and that's where this spirit bird, the cardinal, comes in, because the spirit bird, okay, called the cardinal, is all to do with balancing the spiritual and physical vessel. Okay. Also, some of you might be going through this transitioning transformation stage. as part of your healing, and that's fine, okay? Because the spiritual steps to healing, all right, is all the first step is death, then transition, and while you're transitioning, it's all to do at the same time you're forgiving yourself, all right, for what's happened in the past or what you're going through now, as well, and in time forgive the other person, all right, and then you transform to become a better version of yourself, which is known as rebirth in spiritual terms, okay, where you become a better version of yourself. It in also in spiritual terms or religious terms, it could mean resurrection, okay, that means that and ascension, okay, so after this all this phase, you've sort of become a better version of yourself, and also you become more attuned with spirit. All right, now someone might be okay. Another thing I got channels that someone might be married, all right, but they are very good at creating illusions. Okay, this person could be very narcissistic, very controlling, domineering, all in their ego, could be very two-faced. This person could also be bisexual and have another person on the side. It could be a man or woman. The thing with Oracle or tarot readings is non-gender, it's timeless as well. All right. He can be a she can be a he. In my mind eyes, I saw the High Priestess, Two of Swords, Judgment, Wheel of Fortune. So some of you might be experienced, and as I said before, tarot oracle readings is non-gender. All right. So um you could be experiencing some form of good luck, fortune at this time. You could have called justice or judgment, I should say, on a particular situation. All right. Also, what I was getting is that somebody who tried to conceal something, or in spirituals wearing clothes, this person could be, um, you know, reading for themselves or for others. This person or people are going to, from what that was downloaded to me, they could suffer some form of loss. All right. So this is what has been channeled to me. Okay, so whatever messages, take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be a full moon. It's going to be the full moon in Libra. All right. Libra is the seventh house. Okay, Libra is all to do with relationships. Okay, it's also to do with partnerships, marriage, open enemies. All right. Is also to do with the significant, sorry, others, close partners, um as well as business partners as well. All right. So let's see what message I'm going to be using. This deck is called Moonology. So if you're interested in working with the energy of the moons or the moon cycles, okay, to help you to manifest, to get clarity into a particular situation. Um, okay, the moon is also the energy is also very much associated with the emotional body. Okay, the crystals you can use if you're interested in working with crystals. Um, you can the crystals I would associate the moon phases with is moonstone and clear quartz. All right, if you're interested in working with the phases of the moon. So I'm just going to read quickly what this phase is all about. Okay, it says a win-win outcome is forecast. So let's see what that's about. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just read this bit, okay? Where it's I'm going to just read more on this card, all right? Where it says a win-win outcome is focus. The full moon in Libra is the sign of partnership, of falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests you're about to start a new relationship, or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow, perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. It's a relationship, sorry, if a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right time. So try not to fight it. This card can also refer to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. All right. And the tune to the moon says, let go of that which is falling away. All right. The additional meanings for this card, it says, see the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. It's time for you to make a firm decision. Time for you to focus on yourself for a while. Look after yourself, but avoid vanity. Now is a great time for a makeover. All right. And then it goes on to say, no matter when you pull the full moon in Libra card, it encourages you to find balance between your desires and those of the people around you. Balance is a very Libran energy, and the full moon brings things to a peak. Drama and upsets bring partnership to the fore. Libra energy also brings love energy. Negotiations are easy. So it could be to do it for court. There could be a court matter going on, or legal matters that you might be dealing with at this present moment. Okay, but because you do have the scales of balance here. All right, so anyway, take the energy as it resonates. All right. Okay, so let's see what I'm going to be using. This deck, it's called Divine Abundance, and see what messages our spiritual team would like us to focus on, remember. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what would you like the collective to focus on today? What would you like them to focus on today, please? Spirit, Holy Angels, what would you like the collective to focus on today? Okay, so some of you might be experiencing some form of loss. Okay, it says that sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's. Okay. Okay, so let's see what else. Okay, so maybe some of you might be experiencing some form of loss at this present time. All right, and but you know, sometimes that's just part of the cycle of life. Okay, sometimes we might receive um certain things, all right, in our life, and sometimes there are certain things that we just have to let go, okay, so that we can progress in life. All right, that's just one of the things. Okay, so sometimes we win, sometimes we have to lose certain things. All right, so and you know, sometimes when we lose certain things, it brings what is more aligned to us in, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, that's just the part of the cycle of life. See, All right. Some of you might have decided to take a religious or spiritual path, or I don't know, or maybe you are on um just life's journey itself, and you've trying to become a better version of yourself. Um, and if you are doing what you enjoy doing, all right, this is confirmation, all right, to say that you are on the right path. And there's a prayer here, you can say, to help you to overcome, to face your shadows, okay, and to overcome your fears. It says, Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. Okay. All right. You've got also this card. It says wolf. It says, you have been worthy to belong to love all along, without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. So if you're doubting yourself, um, maybe because in the past that you experienced some form of abandonment or rejection, it could be something that you experienced as a child. Okay, this could be one of the things that you might need to face. Okay, so you might need to do some form of inner child healing. Okay, and if that's the case, I do inner child healing work, so please check out my videos out to help you um to be able to heal those this inner child wounds, to, okay, so that you can become a better version of yourself. All right. And some of you might be going through some form of awakening right now, or having some form of tower moment. That's okay, because that's part of the process. um and one of the prayers that you could say, Oh my Lord, wake me up from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. Okay, it's all because when you awaken, then your third eye starts to open, all right, which is the sixth sense. It's all about the gut feeling. The your intuition is like a spiritual compass to help you to through life's journey, basically. Okay, whether you're spiritual, on a spiritual path or not. All right. And also you need to just trust the journey. Okay, because it says, hey, allow me, divine, to give you you my deepest longing, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. So it's all about trusting the process, okay, and using divine guidance, wisdom, in order to make the right decisions and choices for your life. All right. So it's all about trusting the process. All right. So let's see what's going on in the around the collective at this time. I'm going to be using this deck. It's called Path of Shadows Oracle Cards, and see what energies around the collective. I'm going to be using some other decks as well, all right, to um clarify these cards. Let me just use, I'm going to be using the Everyday Witch, okay? To clarify these cards. Okay, so let's see what comes out. Okay. And whatever messages are complete, take what resonates and leave the rest. So these energies, okay, You might relate to these messages, or it could be to do with people that you're associated with, okay, or people associated with the people that's around you. Okay, so, and as I said, these readings are timeless. All right, they're non-gender. All right, a he can be a she can be a he. Okay, and it's all to do with energy. Okay. Okay, so let's see what comes out. So the spiritual being, what are the current energies around the collective? Okay, so we've got the first card that came out. It says Eerie Graveyard. It says, as life transcends and we all fall into a silent embrace, the old attachments die, finding closure and grace. Okay, so as I said, that some of you might be going through this transitioning or transformation stage. Okay, and this usually happens when you start to awaken. Okay, on your path. Okay, so let's see what else comes out. Or it could also represent endings. Someone could be experiencing some ending, okay, in their life. Okay, we've got the boogeyman. As life unfolds and shadow overpowers light, will my innocence be left untouched? Okay, so I think this one here is to do with someone is probably forced to face their shadows. Okay. Okay, we've got here mirror, self-examination, understanding, acceptance. So again, this person, okay, or it could be a group of people, or this person is forced to face their shadows, to do some form of self-reflection here, because you got mirror. Okay, in spiritual terms, a mirror can represent doing some form of shadow work, because it's the self-examination, understanding, acceptance. Okay. I'm going to take the top and the one on the top. It says Jinn. As magic unfolds, a risk as high will arise, wishes will be granted, but be aware the design. Jinn, if you've never heard of a jinn, okay, so maybe this person could be doing some form of I don't know, like spell work, okay, because you got jinn here. All right, and then you've got isolation. It says here, in the solitude's embrace, I found my own echo. I whisper to the shadows, my voice finds no fellow. So, I don't know, maybe this could be you. Maybe you might be in some form of isolation, or in some form of um, solitude, or going through this dark night of the soul. Or it could be like somebody maybe that you've left behind. It could be a group of people who feel isolated or rejected. Okay. Okay, so So let me I'm going to be using, as I said earlier, the Everyday Witch Tarot, but I'm going to be also using some other decks, all right, to clarify these cards. Let's see. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, please clarify airy graveyard. Holy Spirit, Holy please clarify airy graveyard. Two wanted to come out. Okay, too many wanted to come. So let me just see. Too many wanted to come out. Too many cards wanted to come out. Holy Spirit, please clarify airy graveyard. Okay, so oh, you know what? Let me just put these there so you can have a better view of the cards. All right. Okay, so the card that wanted to pop out. Okay, so we've got Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, you could be in this energy, all right, somebody who is very determined, somebody who is very skillful. You could be working on something or very hard, working very hard. um but okay, it could be that somebody could also be working on something, okay, because you know, I hate to say this, but this person could be doing some form of root work or using doing some form of spell, okay, like maybe a crossing spell, right? Or um could be using a graveyard dirt. Okay, it could be somebody that you left behind. Okay, this person could embody the King of Pentacles energy. Okay, yeah, this person um is probably feeling very heartbroken, or you could have what maybe because of what action they took could have left you heartbroken. All right, this person could have been very deceptive because you got Seven of Swords here. All right, maybe somebody that you moved away from because you got Six of Swords. Okay, and this could be it could be a past person. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be um uh husband, wife, girlfriend or boyfriend. All right, now you could be probably in a relationship or about to go into relationship because you got Two of Cups here. All right, you might be quite happy at the moment. You could be in the Nine of Pentacles energy. You could be or embody this Queen of Cups. All right, but whoever is maybe doing this, okay, this person could also embody the King of Swords energy. All right, you know, they could be wishing on your downfall because I've got here Two of Wands, because Two of Wands, if you notice that this person has a globe in their hand, and the globe can represent the internet. So You might have a social media platform, all right? This person is maybe doing some form of spell work to try and they could be using, as I said, doing some form of root work or spell work, um, you know, because you do have, or they could be using graveyard dirt to do this. But you moved away because this relationship, okay, there was no equal give and take, because it's got 6 of Wands, okay, and Spirit says that that's the truth, okay. So I guess this person could be doing that out of revenge, all right. This is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so let's see what else I can pull from this. Let me use the situation. Okay. Okay, you might have moved away from this situation, okay, and maybe doing some form of self-reflection, or doing some form of, or you might be going through this dark night of the soul, because you've got, again, mirror here. It says mirroring each other, self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds. So maybe you've moved away from this person and doing some form of shadow work, okay. This person could still be stalking, because it says watching, looking, perception, stalking. Okay, you could have cut ties with this person, because it says cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progression and arriving. Okay, and you could be going through this phoenix phase, because it says here where, you know, like your old self is dying away for the new to come through, because it says a phoenix, new phase, and rekindle, renew, and growth, change mind, rise from ashes. Okay, so you could be this phoenix who rises from the ashes. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see, let me use this. Let me use the what lies beneath and see what comes out. Okay. Holy Spirit, Holy, just please clarify airy graveyard, airy graveyard. Okay, yeah, this person is probably doing this out of revenge, because they feel kicked, that you kicked, or they feel kicked to the curb, I should say. But this person keeps running away from their emotions, okay? And they're probably now all in their feelings, all right? This person could have been a hater, all right? Maybe also hating and envious of your success, all right? Let's see. I'm just trying to see what other deck I can use for this. Okay, so let me use, I'm just going to use one more deck to just clarify this card. Use Mystic Rose. Let me use another deck to see what else comes out. Please clarify, airy graveyard, airy graveyard. hold it together, getting a grip, heaviness chained up. So maybe this person feels somehow weighed down. Okay, they probably feel very overwhelmed because you moved away. Okay, will be something that you might have or going through at this present moment. Okay, that could be the energy, but it could also be in the near future or distant future, right? So this person feels somehow shame, or you could have felt shame regarding a situation here. It says degrading appearances, shame, humiliation. Um, maybe this person feels humiliated since you moved away, or if you are, or this could happen if you do move away. All right, you could be dealing with like a maybe a karmic soulmate. All right. Um, I think this person, it looks like that they, I don't know, want to pay you a surprise visit. I don't know. This is what I've got here. But whatever they did, okay, or this person's behavior is very influenced by other people, because you've got influences, others involve, third parties, intervention, manipulation. Okay. Or you could have found out something about this person because you got magnifying glass showing proof, validation, confirmation, finding the truth. Okay, so maybe this person maybe you found out something from this person, from this group, what this person did, or this group of people. But this cycle, for some of you, this you've already closed out this cycle. It says completely done, moving on, ending cycles, lessons learned, coming full circle. Okay. All right, so let's see what is next. Okay, so we've got boogeyman. All right, so I'm going to be clarifying this now. This could be a case where it could be you or somebody else is having to deal or face their inner child or heal their inner child wounds, because you do have a child here, and you could see this. It's almost like a demon. Okay, so maybe they're acting out though because of what they are doing. Okay, it could be because they have unhealed um inner child trauma or pain. Okay. All right, so let's see. So let me just use the see what comes out. Okay, maybe that's why they behave a certain way. I don't know, so let's see. Please clarify boogie man. Please clarify boogie man. Okay, we've got Five of Cups. Okay, so Five of Cups energy, okay, deals with like someone who is letting go of something, or it could be maybe something they love. It could also, the energy, okay, could also be in some form of loss, some form of sadness, some form of disappointment. Okay. Um, they've got the moon here, so maybe they've got clarity regarding that situation because you've got the moon energy here. Okay, it could be you that's currently going through this. You might be experiencing some form of loss. Okay, you could have got received, I should say, clarity into a situation because you got the moon here. Okay, the moon here. Okay, you could be doing some form of healing at this moment. Okay, you could you know be also overcoming some type of loss. You could be trusting your intuition at this time, that led you to take the leap of faith because you got the Fool to move away from a situation. Okay, you could somehow sort of experience some form of you feel more content with whatever you have because you got Nine of Cups here. Okay, you might have moved away from a situation. It could be to do with um or moved away from a from family, or to do or a partner because you got Ten of Cups here. um Maybe this person or individuals might have left you out of the call, or out in the cold, or maybe they now feel that way. Okay, but whatever it is, there was no give and take, equal give and take in a situation because you got Six of Pentacles here. Okay, and they somehow feel sort of over quite burdened because of the decision you made. Okay, you could be a high priestess or embody this energy. Okay, even though if you are a man watching this, okay, we all embody both masculine and feminine energies. All right, you could be or you could be embodying the King of Cups energy or dealing with a King of Cups. Let me just clarify. Use this one, the situation. Holy Spirit, please clarify boogeyman. Holy Spirit, please clarify boogeyman. Please clarify. Okay, I believe that whoever this person is, okay, this person maybe wants to sort of, or I should say, want to reveal something or to confess something they did. All right. This person probably feels quite trapped, frustrated. Could be to go to do with whatever they did, because you got closed in, trapped, frustrated. This could be some okay. You could be dealing with distorted masculine because you got, or maybe this is something that, if you want to soulmate or twin flame journey. Okay, maybe your divine masculine is going through this at this time. Okay, because you got divine masculine. So take the energy as it resonates. It could be to do with family because you got family blood ties in a circle. Okay, might be you or this person, whether it could be a distorted masculine or divine masculine. Maybe this person is going through some divorce, or you might be divorcing this person, or whatever it is final, or it could be that's what the outcome is going to be because of irreconcilable differences. Let's see what else. Mm. Maybe at this time, okay, there's no contact with this person, or you've probably created healthy boundaries with this person. Okay, maybe this person was very toxic. Okay, non-committal. Okay, maybe this person was a risk, all right, to be with. All right, this person could be still spying to see what you got going on. Um, this person could be quite confused because it says uncertain, unclear, unsure. Maybe they don't know what they want. And this person, if you have a social um, media platform, this person could be spying. It says social network information ways. Okay. Let's see what else. Let me just use this shadow. Let me use this shadow love oracle and see what comes out. Okay, it says expose fragile heart too open in danger of heartbreak. So maybe this person had other lovers because you've got hair. Maybe this person got exposed, okay, or maybe you found out that this person had other lovers because it says other love still involved with the past cheating, secret affections, okay. And since you moved away um from this person or people, it says crumbling. What you've built feels like it's falling apart. It's okay, you have the strength to build anew. So maybe they feel that their whole life is falling apart since you walked away. Um, all right. This person could feel some form of maybe this person is at a point in their life where they feel that they're not able to free themselves because they're unable to free yourself from a sticky situation. Taking a step back helps you see clearly. Okay. But it looks like this person probably had an affair and they were caught out, okay? Because it says brief affair, brace for a sudden ending, short but sweet, can't last. So, okay. They could be in denial, because it says ending. You're pretending that it's not ending, but it's time to let go and make a fresh start. So maybe this person doesn't want to accept that, that it's over. So I don't know. So I'm going to be clarifying this card, mirror. Okay, self-examination, understanding, acceptance. So let's see what comes out. Let's give the cards a bit of a shuffle and see what comes out. So these energies, it could belong to just one person or a group of people. All right. So the spiritual angels, please clarify mirror. Please clarify mirror. Please clarify mirror. Please clarify mirror. Mirror. So we've got Page of Wands. Okay, so um Page of Wands could be to do with like it could represent news. Okay, it could represent a child. Um, it could represent a new passion. Okay, maybe you could be dealing with a King of Swords. Okay, maybe this person might want to. Okay, maybe you've left this could be past energy, could be something that's happening now or in the near or distant future. um okay, so you could be dealing with somebody who embodies the Queen of Cups energy, and maybe what it is, this person is maybe hoping, or they could be reflecting on how they um treated you. So this person could be like maybe going through some form of or experience some form of dark night of the soul, or doing some reflecting it, because you do have the mirror here. Okay, so maybe this person is reflecting on maybe how they treated you in the past, and maybe hoping that you might forgive them. Okay, they probably want a second chance. This is what I'm seeing here. This wanted to come out. Okay, so this person could have been maybe they're working very hard. They could be working hard on themselves. Or this person in the past maybe had many options, because you've got Seven of Cups here. Um, and they now want to have a second chance. They probably want to probably balance something out with you. You might be quite happy, maybe have like a sort of at peace now. Okay. You probably feel balanced, or this person wants to maybe have a second chance so they can balance something out with you. Okay, you could have probably have experienced or be in this Three of Swords energy, somebody um who is heartbroken, or you're probably healing from a broken heart. All right. And this person could be in this Nine of Swords energy. Okay, somebody's having sleepless nights. Maybe they want to try and amend something with you. Okay, it doesn't always have to be a love relationship, even though you've got the lovers here. The lovers can represent a business partnership, okay, or platonic relationship here. Okay, so somebody could be doing some form of self-reflection. This card wanted to stay on, but it could be, you could be dealing with an individual or a group of people, or it could be to do with workmates, family members. But because you got Six of Cups, it could be something to do with or past matter here. Okay, or past person. Let's see if I use, let me use the Hearts Hidden. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, this person was had a lot of influences. Okay, it says attachment, third parties, pairs. Okay. Okay, this person could have been a false flame. This card is from another deck, but somehow you know it ended up in this deck, Heart's Hidden Secret. Okay, and it says a twin flame. So this could be a false flame. All right. This person could be spying if you've got or want to know what you've got going. Okay, it's got spying, social network information ways. This person, maybe when you walked away, this person somehow feels left out. Just got abandoned here. Okay. This person could be hoping that maybe you'll give them a second chance, because it says expecting faith manifesting. They could be trying to manifest you back in their life. Um, but you have the inner knowing, because it looks like, because it says here, intuition, heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. Okay, you probably know that this person was maybe deceptive, dishonest, because you got here elusive. It says dishonesty, deception, trickery. Okay. Let's see what else. Use. This person could be keeping tabs on you, because someone is keeping a close eye on your actions. This person may want to confess. Okay, it says a confession. Someone is about to confess their true feelings to you. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, this person could have jealous issues. It says jealousy may be affecting your relationship. Okay. Okay. It goes on to say smoke and mirrors. Don't be fooled by appearances. So someone definitely not to be trusted. Okay, this person could also have ulterior motives, because it says someone may be getting close to you with hidden intentions. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to clarify. This is going to be an interesting one. It says here, Jinn, as magic unfolds, a risk as high will arise. Wishes will be granted, but beware the design. So maybe somebody's doing some form of spell work, because, as I said earlier, this person could be doing some form of crossing spell. All right, they could be using graveyard dirt to wish on your downfall or to cause problems in your life. Because if you notice on this card, you've got the cross hair or the top hair, or they could be doing some form of root work to affect your stability. So let me just see what let's see. Let me use the situation. Jinn. So Jinn itself is like a spirit, okay? Please pray against this, all right? And as I said, you could use the Psalms, read out the Psalms, okay? The verses, which is in the Bible. Please clarify Jinn. Please clarify Jinn. Yeah. whoever is doing this, okay, because as I said that this person feels somehow heartbroken. Okay, they feel deeply hurt and sad. They somehow feel somehow lost. They could be grieving and despair because of the breakup, right? Maybe you left this person because you received clarity regarding the situation, because it said sword and rose, clarity and truth, revelations, honor and protection, determination. Okay, this person could be doing this because they feel somehow bitter due to the separation, because it says sad separation here on the top, and it says sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, uncertain future. Okay, it could be that you have moved away, you have decided to love yourself, care for yourself, you're much happier in terms of love and life. Okay, you know, I would say recognizing your self-worth and value. You're probably healing, again, doing some form of shadow work and appreciating yourself. Okay, or I should say doing you know, like it's also doing self-acceptance. Okay, and this person could be acting all out in their ego. They could be very frustrated. This person could, you've dealt with, probably are lacking self-confidence. It says not enough, lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear of frustrations. All right, and you could have created healthy boundaries against this person or people. It says girl with a snake, charmed or used, unable, sorry, in, sorry, enable boundaries. Okay, so you've probably created um healthy boundaries against this person. And it also goes on again, snake. It says competition and enemy, the other woman, look over your shoulder. Okay, so in other words, this person is not to be trusted, to be honest with you. That's how I see it. Let me just use another deck and see what. Please clarify, Jane, for the spirit of, please clarify. Okay, you could have been dealing with somebody who is very controlling. It says needs to be right all the time, possessive, jealous lover. Okay, it says hoity-toity, champagne taste, bare, budget, arrogant, pretension. So this person could become very arrogant if they, probably when they drink alcohol. Okay, or maybe they have an addiction to alcohol. This person could be somebody who complicates things. Okay, or because it says a complicated, lots of twists and turns, naughty situation, precarious. Okay, you probably ended or about to end this situation, because it says ending, you're pretending that it's not ending, but it's time to let go and make a fresh start. Okay. Maybe they could have seen you just as a conquest here. Okay. A love conquest, because it says just another notch in the headboard or the real deal. Actions speak the loudest. All right. So, I don't know. Or they could somehow feel crushed because you've moved away from this person or people. Let me just use one last step. Okay, let me use this one, True Emotions, and see what comes out. Okay, so This person could be somebody who is very detached. Okay, they probably, somebody who um somehow have sometimes they probably just not they just don't know how to express themselves. Okay, and they somehow feel ghosted. Okay, this person could be also experience some form of karma. Okay, drama. They could be having a mental breakdown because you've got here firestorm, karma, drama, ending, loss, mental breakdown. Okay, because of the situation. You could be healing at this moment because it says faith, healing, meditation, praying. Okay, living in the moment. Okay, while this person is feeling like shit. Okay, um maybe they somehow feel stuck in their life because it says left you hanging, no closure, no contact, left or red. Sorry, yeah, left on red. Um, and then probably just having going through having some form of nostalgia. But this person was um very toxic. Okay, because it says drinking, toxic lifestyle. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to clarify the last because it says isolation in the solitude embrace. I found my own echo. I whisper to the shadows. My voice finds no fellow. So you are maybe somebody who was able to face your fears while this person or group of people are afraid to face their fears or shadows. So let's see. Let me just shuffle the cards. Holy Spirit, please clarify isolation. Holy Spirit, please clarify isolation. Holy Spirit, please clarify isolation. Okay, so you could be dealing or have dealt with a King of Cups. Okay, got King of Cups here. Doesn't have to be a man because, as I said, that tarot oracle readings are non-gender. Um, Maybe they're trying to manifest because you got Three of Wands here. Because Three of Wands does talk about planning. It talks about traveling. Okay. Um Maybe in the past, all right, this person had some form of self-doubt. Okay. About bringing you something because you got Knight of Pentacles here. Okay. Maybe this person was could be somebody who could have been um someone who was quite selfish. All right. um and as a result, you've ended this partnership or relationship because you got the Death card. This person is probably currently under judgment, or you uh brought judgment in this situation because you got the Judgment, and you've also got the Justice card here as well. Hmm. Okay, you could embody this Queen of Pentacles energy, and this person that was left behind. Okay, they're probably having sleepless nights as a result. Okay, could be worried. Um, okay, they could be somehow heartbroken because of that situation. Um, maybe they're hoping to rectify whatever they did in the past to you, because you've got Page of Pentacles, you've got the Strength, okay, um, or maybe the position or where they are at the moment, because they could also be in this Ten of Swords energy. Okay, Ten of Swords is like being, basically it's, you know being at rock bottom. That's how I would say that. Okay, um an easily a way to describe being in the Ten of Swords energy. All right. um Somebody probably is who is experiencing some form of pain, sadness. Okay, and maybe they trying to find the strength, because if you notice that this person is on the ground with all the swords in their back, and they're trying to reach for the broom to escape. All right. So maybe they want to come back to bring some form of balance, or balance out the situation, because you do have Temperance. You got Six of Wands here. um if it's to do with love, maybe they had many options. You got Seven of Cups, but you have to also be careful, because Seven of Cups does also it could also mean illusions as well. So they could be coming, they might be manifesting something, all right, that um or they could have been quite delusional at what they did as well, and now, you know or unless if they did some form of spell work to create an illusion over, your relationship, and you found out the truth, you've moved away. Okay, and this person now feels somehow isolated. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'll keep these cards like this and see. Okay, so let's see what else we can pull through for this, you know, when it comes to this situation. Yeah, I think if you were to take this person back, okay, it could be a trap, okay, because you got marionette. It says dictatorship, domination, reluctance. Maybe they're reluctant to change. Okay, this person could be wearing a mask, or people. And again, you see, you've got the trap hair. All right, so be careful. Use your intuition on and discernment at all times. This person could be doing some form of spell work. Okay, maybe that's why they want to reach out to you. They probably need your help because you got eight here, and this person could probably be losing a home. Okay, and if you take this person, or maybe this is past energy, maybe there was a lot of argument between you and this individual. Okay. Okay, let me see. Right, so what I'm going to do, let's see, because I was encouraged, all right, to see if this person, okay, is using um some forms of spell work. Okay, because we do have jinn here. So let's see what, okay, or it could be a group of people. So what I'm going to do is just use some other decks, all right, and see what type of spell work, okay, they could be using. All right. Okay. Spirit wanted me to mention this. Okay, so they could be sort of doing trickster spells. Okay. You could be dealing with somebody or okay who could be doing some spell work in there, or doing some kind of spell, okay? Or this person could be a kitchen witch. Okay. Let's see what else. Because according to the messages that's coming here, the cards, it looked like this person is afraid to face their shadows, or it could be a group of people. Okay, they probably have a lot of inner child wounds, or things that they need to heal. Okay, and are probably quite bitter because you moved away. Let's see what other spell work might be around the collective. Okay, this person could be using doing some form of lust spells or love spells here. All right. Um, maybe they want you to have excessive vices, things that is not good for you. Okay, this person probably embodies a Judas spirit, somebody who is quite jealous, envious. Okay. Um, they could be doing scripting magic or spell work. Um, if there are legal issues, or you could be something that's going on between you and this people or person, this person could be doing spell work, okay, on this case, because you got legal issues, spell work. This person could also embody the Delilah spirit. Delilah spirit is somebody, if you ever read about the story, about or remember the story of Samson and Delilah. Okay, Delilah found out this Samson's the secrets of where he got his strength from, and what happened. She betrayed him. Okay, basically, um, she was a sellout. Okay, they could be doing food spells. Um, they could be jealous of your spiritual rank. Okay, or maybe that's the reason why they might be doing root work. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if you are in a relationship, okay, this person could be secretly jealous and hating on your romantic relationship. All right. Um, your spiritual team or our spiritual team would like you to maybe work, if you're interested in crystals, to work with the crystal amethyst for psychic protection. Okay. If you have a social platform, this you might have a competitor who's competing with you out of spite. Okay, they say someone is doing candle magic. As the flames burn, their energy increases, but just pray against this. Okay. That's a collective need to know. Okay, they say someone or group of people are trying to siphon your energy. So please protect your energy at this moment. Okay. Um, this person could be working with the energies of um the planets, because you got Pluto retrograde. Eh? Retrograde means that because when the planets go direct, okay, they pick up all the energies that we put out in the universe, and then when it goes retrograde, it dishes out. Okay, now Pluto is all to do with endings. Okay, so as I said, this person could be doing some form of ritual, but at the end of the day, if you are in alignment and you respect the spiritual and universal laws, then you should be okay. You may feel the effects, but it's not going to be that great. And remember that Karma, okay, doesn't discriminate. So whatever energies that you put out in the universe, that is what you're going to receive back. All right. And this could be a scorned love, okay, because it says an old fling of yours, current or recent ex-partner, still feels deep pain of rejection and betrayal. Okay. Okay, this person definitely could be somebody who is quite envious, because spirit wanted me to just put this out. Okay, it's, you see, you've got envy. This was at the top of this deck. All right. And maybe this person might want to come in, all right, and sort of try and portray or use this being this victim mode. Okay, but this person, all right, um is a compulsive liar, all right, and they're also a secret enemy, all right, and also an emotional manipulator, right, and also a narcissist. Okay. Okay, so what I was guided to do, okay, so because obviously we're going through this a spiritual going through a spiritual, or we are in, I should say, a spiritual war, all right, and it's again, it's Armageddon, it's truth versus falsehood, all right, and my guides, the ancestors, they wanted me to do these decks. So if you are interested in like, for example, you want to know like what oils, these are like spiritual oils, okay, that you can use, all right, to help you, to protect you. So I'm just going to use this deck, okay. It's a deck that I made up, I was guided to do, all right. um I tend to use certain oils, okay, and candles as well, all right. But the most, I will say, the most important and the most reliable, I mean, the most important protection you can do for yourself is prayer. Okay? Spiritual angels, what oils would you like to recommend for the collective? Okay, so the first one is you could use courage oil, okay, to help to transform fear into boldness and strength. Okay. You could also use crown of success in terms of if you're doing some form of exam, if it's to do with your career, a legal matter. You could also use stay away oil to keep enemies and other troublemakers away. Um, you could also be using Scorpio oil. So some of you might have Scorpio placements, or you might. It says it helps discover or uncover hidden truths and facilitate personal transformation. Okay, or you could be dealing with a Scorpio. You've got Jinx Killer. Okay, it can help break curses and restores good luck. All right, you can also use protection from envy. It shields from envy and negative energy. Um, Again, you could be use, I don't know, if you want, you could use Leo oil. Okay, it amplifies passion, creativity, and zest for life. Or you could be dealing with someone who is a Leo, who has Leo placements. It could be you or the other person. Take it as it resonates. And you've also got Pisces oil, enhances creativity and fosters a tranquil sense of peace. um, Virgo oil boosts potential for success, enhances connection to nature, or you could be dealing with a Virgo, or you could have Virgo placements in your chart. And you can also use road opener. It removes obstacles, invite new opportunities. All right, and also healing to promote well-being. Okay, so these are the oils, okay, that you can use. Oh, and if you are going through a legal matter, you could also use just judge for clarity and fairness, promotes positive outcome, perfect for court cases or legal matters. All right. In fact, that was the first card that was on the top of the deck, so I just thought I'd mention that as well. Okay, so let's see what candles, okay, that you can use. Okay, if you're interested in work with the power of candles or doing, okay. So let's see what candles, stable angels, what candles. Okay, so the first, okay, it says white. Okay, so you can use a white candle. It radiates purity and tranquility. It could also open, heal the stellar gateway chakra. Okay, which is placed at the right at the top of your crown. All right. You could also use uh sorry, you could use no more it's Moldavite. Okay, you can use the Moldavite crystal that's very much associated with the stellar gateway chakra, and you can call on Archangel Orion. Okay, he's the angel for the stellar gateway. All right. Um, to help end cycles. Okay. You can because you got the world here. Okay, and this the world means end of cycles. Okay, this is from the tarot decks. Okay, and you can either use white, yellow, orange, or blue. Okay, for self-confidence, new ideas. It's also good for travel. You can also call on the Orisha or Kuzi for protection. If you are doing some form of divination, for also for justice. The colors blue, yellow, and red is associated with this Orisha goddess or god. And also the numbers 3. You got the Fool here, so some of you might be starting something new, of taking that leap of faith to move away from toxic people, places. You can use white again for new beginnings, also to protect if you've got children, and also for creativity as well. Some of you might be moving. All right, so you could then use because you've got the Chariot here, which is also part of the tarot deck. So you can use red, the colors red, okay, for travel, moving home, and for also for self confidence. And you've got Oya, okay, the candle Oya. She's also a richer goddess for transformation, for feminine power. Even though you're a man, we all embody both masculine and feminine energies. The feminine power is all to do with nurturing, is all to do with creativity, fertility. All right. Can also is all about expressing yourself, finding pleasure in life. All right. The colors associated with Oya is mauve, and the day associated with the goddess Oya is Friday. Okay. Okay, let's see what scriptures, okay, that you can recite to help you, to protect you. Okay, they wanted me to select this one. You got lose all fear and anxiety. You could, okay, you can read Psalm 138. All right, for mercy, Psalm 651, 57. Okay, if you're going through a time of suffering, Psalm 69. Okay, if you are afraid, you can you can recite these verses: Psalm chapter 4 verse 8, Psalm 23 verse 4, Isaiah chapter 35 verse 4, Romans chapter 8 verses 37 to 39, 2 Corinthians 1 verses 10, Second Timothy chapter 1 verses 7, or Hebrews chapter 13 verse 6. Okay, and you can also read in the time of trials Psalm 13. Okay, and if you're grieving at this time, you can read Psalms 119 verse 50, Psalm 76 verses to sorry to um sorry, you can also read Psalms 119 verses 76 to 77, Jeremiah 31 verse 13, Matthew chapter 5 verse 4. This one is John chapter 16 verse 22 to 20 to 22, First Thessalonians chapter 4 verses 13 to 14, or Revelations chapters 21 3 4. Okay, and I've just noticed that, well, 1 3 4, so this could mean, divine timing. All right. Okay, so let's see what message let's just get I'm going to be using this angels and ancestors to see what messages the angels and ancestors have for the collective. So I'm just going to just select one card from this deck. Okay, so we've got arrows. Surround yourself with protective energy. They wanted me to select this card. So let me just read this quickly. Arrow 120. Okay, it says as if you are in a situation where you feel that not everything is as clear as it seems, trust your intuition. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intentions and goals or with kindness. Follow your intuition, okay, which is your gut feeling about whom to trust and what to trust. If you can take time to retreat or to step out of this situation to assess what is going to be beneficial for you, do so. In any event, this is time to call on the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe. All right. So it's all about this is the advice from the angels and ancestors regarding a situation. All right. And I just want to close this off. I just want to just go through the animals, okay, that pictures, all right, and to close this off, okay, what they mean. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading, all right, with these using the spirits animal deck. All right, so okay, so if you see bees, okay, so oh, okay, it says it's time, which means it represents productivity. Okay, so it says it is time to examine your productivity, disorganization, and indecisiveness may be causing you to miss opportunities. Take a moment to sorry, prioritize your goals and get a clear view of how to get where you want to go and what it will take to get there. So that's for some of you. The cat is about independence, says you are being encouraged to develop a balance between independence and time of togetherness. This also indicates that you would greatly benefit from profound journey of self-discovery. Learn to enjoy time spent with yourself. Okay, then you have dragonfly, which talks about adaptability. The dragonfly is a symbol of light and change. It reminds you to bring a bit more lightness and joy into your life in order to bring about the changes needed to reach your full potential. Approach things lightly. Okay, and some other um ones I've got here. You've got cardinal, which is all about adventure. It says you need to live up to your fullest potential, explore new directions, and take risks in order to grow as an individual. Change may be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Elephant, which is also about forgiveness. It says if you're feeling angry about a past issue, the elephant is asking you to discover the more vulnerable feelings behind that anger. You're being asked to forgive and be gentle with others. Snake, to do transformation. You will be shedding old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. Change is in the wind, and you're able to center of it all as the catalyst to smoothen the process. Make sure that your intentions are clear and that you move forward with hope. All right. So if you see a lot of dogs, it's all to do with loyalty. It says you may be feeling like those around you let you down or are not doing their fair share of work. This comes as a reminder that loyalty exists and you must not settle for anything less. You deserve better than mixed signals. And finally, spider, okay, which it's all to do with manifestation. It says you weave your web in life. What you see before you are the result of your thoughts. If your current reality does not suit you, then it is time to make changes through conscious manifestation. Your energy can bring in all you desire. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. All right. This was a collective reading, okay, general collective reading. Whatever messages that came out, please take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you did enjoy this reading, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe or share, or just leave a comment. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy your weekend and see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.